And we should be live. So, welcome everybody to the MultiTap Gaming Podcast. We are here for episode 20. It's actually a big achievement. No? You guys don't agree?
Yeah, it is a big achievement. Yeah, we made it.
We're doing well. We're doing well out here.
The middle was got yeah. Chelsea 2-0.
Oh, whatever. But anyway, yeah, we've got. I'm one of your hosts. We've got Ams top left.
Cool.
We've got Andan top right.
Yo.
CJ bottom right.
Yo.
And yeah, MultiTap Gaming team. But before we get into it, and we've got a few topics to talk about, let me just give you the topics that we're actually going to go through. So we're going to be speaking about the PlayStation showcase that they showed, all of that news. We're going to go through it in detail. We're going to be speaking about the pre-order debacle that basically happened with that as well, pretty much the day after or the same day. We're going to be talking about Xcloud's release that was pretty much, I believe, a couple days ago now. And we're also going to be talking about Nintendo's new console. But before we get into that, if you would just like to give us hit the like button, it really helps us out. Subscribe for more podcasts and more live streams and stuff like that. We've been actually quite consistent recently, so we're definitely going to be providing you with content, so subscribe for that. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. So as the usual, first thing that we get into, what have we been playing this week? I'm gonna go with CJ again because he's actually playing something right now again. So.
Yeah, so I'm back onto God of War and I'm loving it, fam. You know what? Yeah, and you man have been telling me to play it for ages, and I don't know why, but I had a complete different impression of what I thought this game was gonna be. And now I'm just loving it. Everything I can do with it, what I'm searching for.
Quick question.
Not that great, but the actual combat.
Quick question before you go too deep into it. I just kind of want to get an idea of what you thought it was.
I don't know. I didn't know it was about the Titans and that kind of stuff. So until I actually done the dive in, like you told me to look at the old games first, and I got a better understanding of what it was going to be. But yeah, I just thought it was going to be quite a simple walkthrough. I didn't feel like there was going to be
simple walkthrough.
Yeah, like, you know, just that kind of like one direction game. You can only do so much. But I'm finding that you can kind of explore the way you want to explore, and it's up to you if you want to do that. And probably venture into areas that I can't even do anything in yet, but the fact that I can do it, I just like to be able to do that. It gives me more playing time and stuff like that. So yeah, good game. I'm good. Now I'm even more excited that number 2's coming. So it's essential stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
That one's gonna be lit.
Yeah, sorry. What? Were you gonna go into more detail, or did you feel like you just went into it?
Yeah, I think just overall, I'm just excited about the way he used the axe. I don't know why, but I just like it. The fact I can recall it. It's too
whereabouts in the game are you?
So I've just got into the second realm. So I'm just exploring that now, and there's like different areas where you have to activate the light so that you can walk across the new path. So going back through it again.
Okay,
yeah, man, it's sweet, man. Sweet game. You man gonna be pissed, guy. We play it every day. You can see I'm already looking back at my screen because it's still on right now, and I just want to carry on playing. So,
Yeah, and what about you, what have you been playing?
What have I been playing? I didn't play much games during the week. Friday, I got the new WWE 2K Battlegrounds, which has been very fun. It's not been like... It's just what you expect, innit? You're not expecting the best game ever. You're just expecting some dumb wrestling fun in a game like that.
I have questions on your taste, man. honestly,
what's wrong with my taste?
Jesus Christ. Go on.
10 out of 10. Sometimes you just want fun.
Oh man.
Oh man,
You can't
let's.
always-
It could be a good game though.
No, it's not.
it's
It's not.
fun.
Come on, man. Let's be
It's
honest.
like knowledge and power is fun.
You have to
Monopoly is fun.
play it to find out, innit? So
I feel like he's just trying to call you out there. The fact that you've been playing Knowledge is Power for the last 3 weeks. I've done it.
no, most of the
enjoy
time I'm
Knowledge is
playing
Power.
Knowledge is Power because people come to my house and say we are playing Knowledge is Power. I don't even have a choice.
This guy
We're just
bought
playing.
At one point,
No, see,
at one point he
that's
enjoyed
the
it,
that's
right?
the
It
difference.
was
That's
fun
the
at one
difference.
point.
And then is going to play with other people. Amalek bought this game by himself. Didn't let us know. No one.
Knowledge is Power was free.
I didn't even know that. Jesus.
But we still play it for fun.
It's true, but it could be a good game. I haven't played it, so I don't know.
Okay. I'm the
Anyway.
video game master. Anyway, what else have I been playing? I've been playing. I played a bit of the Call of Duty Master Alpha Beta. That was kind of disappointing graphically. It felt alright though.
Do you think that's just because of what we've seen in terms of like the
current
previews
gen.
and stuff for next gen?
Missing the next gen lighting and all of that.
I feel like if we hadn't seen that preview, we wouldn't have been. You would have been as disappointed with the game. Like now that you've got something to compare it with, you're like it just doesn't compete.
Maybe not. I think.
No.
Yeah, probably not. I think it's all right. I'm not getting it this gen anyway, so
Oh, fair enough.
it comes out on release day of PS5.
That's right. It's right, Hamlet. You know we all love Call of Duty here. Do the right thing.
I don't know about
Do the right thing. Let's not be crazy here.
Don't try to get.
But
I played a bit of what's it called? Outer Worlds. That's the last game I played this week. I
Okay.
haven't really played anything else.
Okay, that's fair.
World
That's,
War Z as well. Everyone jumped on that.
yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, played that for a short while.
And what about you? And then what have you been playing?
So apart from when we played World War C earlier on, the only other game I played is Football Manager this week, to be honest. Or apart from FIFA and that, yeah. But yeah, yeah. I play FIFA every day. Like it's just there.
That's what I thought you was gonna say first. You went for not FIFA.
No, I think it's good. Full Manager came out for free on the Epic Games Store, innit?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
Watch Dogs 2 is on it as well. So I haven't downloaded it yet. So maybe later. But yeah, no, I've just been playing Full Manager, man. It's free. Might as well, innit? Yeah, I haven't got addicted to it yet because I'm still in pre-season. But I know as soon as the season begins, you lot should not ask me to come back on this podcast because I won't be there. Or I'll be playing in the background. You'll be talking, I'll be like,
Yeah. It's sad, yeah, because as a Man United fan, in my mind, it's probably the only way I'm going to see us get results this season. Full Manager. Tony, you can join us there too, mate.
Anyway.
what about you, Tony?
What have I been playing? I recently picked up Ghost of Tsushima again. I don't know why I picked it up again. I just felt like, you know what? I just want to play an exclusive, and I need to I've finished all the games that I kind of want to play until Cyberpunk comes out. So I was like, let me just download Ghost of Tsushima again. Just started playing. I was like, this game's kind of fun. Like, it doesn't feel as frustrating as I remember. And then I was like, do you know what? The game actually feels smoother. So I was like, maybe they fixed the frame rate with a patch. Maybe they've been patching the game recently, and because I deleted it because I thought it was trash. I just felt like you know what? Yeah. So maybe they patched it. It's smoother. It feels smoother. It feels more reactive. So I'm enjoying it a lot more. I'm probably gonna end up platinuming it on PS4 until Cyberpunk comes out. Probably what I'm gonna take my time with right now. So yeah, that's and because the loading times are so quick, like that's the reason why I'm thinking I'll play it on PS4. The other games right now that I want to platinum are kind of long at loading, especially like The Last of Us. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. So yeah, thank you for sticking through that. We're gonna move on to the first topic now, which is the PlayStation Showcase. Oof, this was Jesus Christ. You know what? The funny thing is, we live streamed the showcase itself, But the maddest part is most of the information that we actually needed and the best information actually came after the show and after we finished our stream. So
yeah,
it's just a lot. But yeah, let's stick with the showcase so far. What are we excited about personally? CJ.
Weird.
well, I think something we didn't even. I don't even think I picked up on it that quickly. But the PlayStation Plus collection, I thought that was a really good move from Sony overall, just because there's a lot of people that potentially didn't buy some of the games that will kind of come out on there, and for someone that's going to buy a PS5 and thinking, I'm going to be limited to the 1 or 2 games that come out at first. Not that many great games are going to come out instantly. So if they didn't have the opportunity to play some of them good games, to get them for free or a part of the package, I think that's a good move. That's a big deal, because it would move a lot of people from holding on to their PS4s for now until they see like an expansion of a lot of games. If you get the console and you get quite a few games with it, I think that's a good selling point. So I thought that was quite cool.
What games did you see on there that you felt, do you know what, I might play that myself?
Well, I mean, I played God of War already now, but before that, I just overall, like The Last of Us is on there. If you didn't play it, really great games to play. I know it's not number 2, but God of War's on there. If you didn't play it, I want to play Bloodborne, because I haven't played that yet. There's I played Infamous and I really enjoyed that. So if anyone likes that game, I don't want to play Bloodborne.
No.
Really?
You're not on it.
I know it's hard, but I like a challenge, bro. I'm thinking.
I played that when I wasn't working, and I needed to be able to focus on that.
Really? But there's the Batman Arkham Knight's on there as well. Yeah. So there's enough. There's enough on there. I don't know what Final Fantasy is on there. I don't know if it's
15. 15. Yeah.
15.
A game that was on there that's quite interesting that I feel everybody should play is Detroit Become Human. Very good game. I think I put that in like my top 5 list on when we were doing that.
Or honorable mention or something.
Yeah, honorable mention maybe. But yeah, that's a great game that I would recommend everyone to play. Just before I go on to the rest of us, we actually have a question, so that's a good way to segue into what I wanted to say as well, which is if you do have questions, just put them in the comments. We'll definitely answer them. If we're not able to answer it during the show, we'll definitely answer it in the next episode, or maybe we'll respond to you in the comments. So yeah, but Oscar has asked the question, is the Xbox Series X worth buying if I have a PS5? What games do Xbox have that can make a PlayStation fan buy it? First of all, let me just say, you don't have a PS5 yet, brother, so you better just calm your ass down. No, I'm joking. But yeah, what would you guys say to that? Are there any games on Xbox?
I think if you don't have, so if you have the money for both, like, it's worth getting both, because then you can just put your Game Pass on Xbox and play any games that come there for free. Obsidian's there now, so they're going to have some great games from Obsidian. They'll of course have more Gears come in, Forza. There'll be games. I know for me, it's going to be more when I don't have any games to play on PS. I'm going to look through that catalogue and see what there is to play, unless they've got a big exclusive coming out. So I think it'll be a good one to get if you're really into gaming.
I would say...
To be honest, I think it depends on the kind of games you play as well. I mean, for the most part, a lot of people are going to buy an Xbox or a PS5 and they're just going to play FIFA, Call of Duty, Madden, NBA, games that are on both consoles. So you can do that if your friends have got an Xbox Series X. But if you're looking for exclusives, you're probably, depending if you're looking for an action game, obviously you got your Halos, you got Hellblade. I think, what's that game with the woman that they showed? Was it Chorus or something like that? So they've got quite a few games that are coming out. I don't know if they're gonna be out on launch. And then obviously in terms of driving simulators, if you love a driving game, Forza Motorsport is the best simulator out there. It's better than Gran Turismo. So yeah, you have that option as well. So yeah, there's definitely options on the Xbox in it. It just depends on what your friends might have or might be getting. which might make it a bit easier to make that decision. Yeah, but there are definitely games on Xbox.
Well, the games as well are going to be cross-platform now as well. So actually, if you're only buying it because your friends have got that console, unless you like borrowing games to people, then really it's just about your choice of extended games. What exclusives do you like or not? You're probably going to get a lot more out of the Xbox in terms of how they're going to be releasing their games if you've got the package, the finance package. If you know you're not prepared to spend what looks like it's going to be 60-70 pounds every time a new game comes out, you're going to get a lot more out of the package with Xbox because they're going to be bringing out games regularly on there, and you're not going to be spending that type of money. So it's up to the individual, but bang for your buck. If you like to play lots of games, it does feel for me that Xbox is the one. But if you know you're a PlayStation fan and you're not trying to move over, at least, like we were saying, when the PlayStation comes out, there's the option to play some PS4 games that you might not have bought as well. So, you can make a decision on that from there. Hope that helps us, Scott. What
I would say is, just to sum it up, because we all know you, but because I actually know you, you're going to play most of your games on PS5. So let's be real. if you're gonna get an Xbox Series X, just buy it outright. Don't do the finance thing for you specifically. And when a new game comes out that you're interested in, that is coming to Game Pass, just pay for Game Pass and then play it, and then maybe cancel it or something like that, and then go back to playing FIFA, because I know that's pretty much all you're going to be playing anyway. So yeah, that's the situation for that. And he's actually left another comment, which is surprising. He said, Forza is what makes me actually want to get one. So I didn't know you were interested in racing games like that. So yeah, but let's get back into the topic, the showcase. What did you think, and what was that excited you?
Oh, what, in the showcase?
Yeah.
The main thing that excited me was the release date, mate. That's all I came there to. That's all I came there to see. Nothing else. Apart from that, the Spider-Man gameplay at the beginning, I was ready for that one. That was good. Yeah, that was lit. And Call of Duty looked serious as well. Yeah. And then after that, I don't know what happened for about half an hour, and then the release date came out.
Okay, I think Spider-Man hyped us up though, man. Like that gameplay. I think if you watch back the video, we'll see a lot of open mouth, smiling.
I was very surprised that through a 1080p stream, I was like, this game looks good. This game looks very, very good. I could tell that it looks very good as well. When I watched it back in 4K, even, mate, that game's gonna look beautiful.
The addition of the lighting, isn't it?
Yeah,
and the ray tracing, that makes such a big difference to how a game looks. Even like Watch Dogs 2, that's another game I've been playing. Actually, I started it yesterday, and it looks better than the PS4 version that I played at 4K solely because of the lighting. Innit?
Yeah.
It makes a big difference to the graphics.
What about you, what did you see that excited you?
I think there was a lot of good games to see. To kind of sidestep, I looked at a lot of people in the industry and they didn't like it.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It was okay, and I didn't get that. A lot of people were angry that the important stuff was released later, but PlayStation came out and tried to explain it by saying the scalpers, they didn't know when to set their bots up to start buying automatically. It was harder for them to buy them all, and then they would have 10 PlayStations to sell online.
Yeah.
They've also, what I like is they've also come out and said we're releasing more. Yeah. Which is going to kill the scalpers now. Unless they go back and buy all them all again. Who knows what's going to happen. They shouldn't really have this problem to be. I don't know if Xbox seem like they've got enough in stock to not have this problem, which is good for them. But I think going back to PlayStation, I think the presentation was really good. I'm not angry at them for the release, mainly because I got one. I reckon I would be angry if I didn't get one. But there was a lot of exclusive. They've come back and wheeled it back in. Like Demon Souls, they said it's not going to be on PC now.
Right.
They've they've tried to roll back in Final Fantasy as well, because I think it's meant to be a console exclusive. So no, sorry, it's meant to be timed exclusive. So they didn't want people to know it's going to be on PC.
Okay.
I'm gonna say a lot here. First of all, to what you said, I don't know what's going on, because the Ubisoft showcase as well was the same situation. A lot of people felt like that wasn't good. We all felt like it was very good. I actually enjoyed that a lot. This one was very good to me as well. Sure, there was a lull near the end, but then they picked it back up. I'm very surprised as well that none of you said the announcement of God of War and the fact that it's coming in 2021 wasn't there. But
the thing is, I already knew they were going to show something though, because I saw something early. I saw a little leak earlier on, so I was already aware.
When we were making our predictions, you didn't bring up God of War.
No, because you said it. That's why you said it.
I think that was good.
I told you already.
It was quite forgettable because they didn't show anything.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what? I think I just kind of picked my point as well, because there were so many talking points in it, but I didn't feel we would have spoke about it really. But even just down to the price and overall, we had an idea of what the price was going to be. It was quite fun for all of us kind of guessing beforehand and getting interaction with a few of the people on here as well to let us know what they thought their prices were going to be. And then, I'm guessing, did it change anybody's mind to what type of console they wanted after they seen the prices at all?
I always knew I was getting digital.
Good.
I don't know why you're shaking your head at that. You've been flip-flopping for the last week. Don't pretend. You've been flip-flopping.
Let me not lie to you. I know I've been saying for a long time here, if it's like £700, I'm not buying. I would have bought it anyway. It doesn't matter. Regardless. Whatever the price was, $2,000, I'll find a way. I'm gonna buy it anyway. So it doesn't matter, to be honest, in it. So I had to get in it. But I think, well, for me, I've ordered the box edition anyway. So that's the one that I decided was best for me, to be honest. So
that's fair. I'm going with the digital one, so it hasn't changed my mind, and I'm sure this was the same. What about you, Siege?
Amazon's hard copy, no? With
this
copy? Yeah, I'm changing. I don't know, we had our conversation today, and I'm not seeing benefit of the disc one anymore. But I know me, I'm still going to end up buying the disc console, because it's just, I feel like there's something there in my heart that makes me want that one. So,
I know, we all know what it is. You love to borrow games. I know you love it.
I don't trust these gaming companies, and I think while we get minor benefits from discless, they get huge benefits from discless.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. So I visit disc, I'll always purchase this.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. How are you gonna get? So basically, I don't even have to leave my house anymore, and you don't have to make the disc, make the case, do the printing, bring it to the shop, and you're still gonna charge me the exact same price for that same game. And they can make more the digital one.
And they can buy it again next gen.
You can think about stuff like the environment and stuff like that. It helps, rather than them printing out so much stuff and all of that, using so much plastic and all of that kind of stuff. It helps.
Sorry, Mr. Eco.
I don't care. I've got a disc version in it. I don't really mind it.
What about the job? What about the people?
But it can help the environment as well. So there is a positive as well.
They're trying to. They will shut down a lot of industry if it all goes.
This is what I'm saying, man. The day and age of going to game and these different stores to buy a disc and buy a console, it's just gonna fade out. And all those shops and all those people that were working in those shops and people that you can go in a store and actually ask them, this is the type of game I want. What could you recommend me? I used to love it. It's so mad, but I would go into the shop and just think
hey, Siege,
I like the stores that people knew.
But you say that, but realistically, when was the last time you went to a game shop to actually buy a game in
exactly.
hand? You just buy it on Amazon.
Fuck them workers.
Just buy a game online. That's it.
I went to Argos on Friday.
It doesn't happen anymore.
I went to Argos on Friday.
But I
bought a game on Friday from Argos.
I
haven't got my back. Amulet went and bought one, so people still buy.
I think I would feel weird if I bought a disc game. I haven't bought one. When did I last buy one? Years ago. Years ago. So at this point, but go on. What were you gonna say, Ems?
I was gonna say I love PlayStation, but we've seen a quite anti-consumer move, which I think, for me, gave me a bad impression of discs, which with them saying that all of your digital catalog isn't forward compatible or your discs are. So let's say in the future they say only digital, and then they say, oh yeah, they do this PlayStation collection thing. I don't want the industry to pick it up and say, let's just cut them off from all the old games and then give them a collection they can pay for to play all their old games. Whereas I got my disc on the shelf and I can play it when the new console comes. Yeah, I have very bad feelings about digital only.
No,
I don't think myself. I do think, how often will I revisit some of these old games? If they do bring out games, often enough, I don't know how often I'm going to go back and think, let me pick something up. Like, I'm not going to obviously the obvious games, you're not going to pick up your old FIFAs and your pros and all that. So that stuff I'm happy to download. But any other game, I get it, like, for your sake, like, if games, I don't know, I still don't think I would.
Definitely, it's more of a principle thing. Like, I've bought this game, I should be able to play on your next console. But they're kind of cutting that out now. Like, Xbox, for the moment, they're being very consumer friendly with their saying you can put any disc in from any generation back, but they might see PlayStation's model and say, oh, I like that one.
Yeah, that's Game Pass, right? That's Game Pass.
No, but also the disc, you can put your disc into the Series X or your old consoles and it will play.
I don't see that happening. I think people will get onto them now. I think the only people that can really get away with that, like PC can't get away with it, PlayStation can't get away with it, Xbox can't get away with it. It's only Nintendo that can resell you literally old games, and people are like, yay!
Yeah.
Like,
well, they changed the media factor every time. They go from mini discs to full discs to cartridge, so they're making sure you can't play it on the next console. And I don't want people to follow
that's a really smart thing you just said. That I didn't even think about it that way. It's true.
It's trash. I don't like it. But I think it's the way the industry might go, and we've given up on things in the past, like the paying for internet. We were like, no, we shouldn't have to do that for like half a year. Then it was like, okay, whatever. When PS4 came, let's just pay for it. So I think the industry slowly gives up on everything, and I don't want them to have this hold.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I've actually given what I felt most excited about in the conference, the showcase, which is actually Final Fantasy 16. So yeah, let's. I don't even need to give details of why I'm excited about that. Like that game is just going to be fire, I can tell. But yeah, let's move on to the next topic. We kind of discussed it already, but the whole pre-order debacle. What do you guys think of what went down with that? Jesus Christ, man! It's
that was a mess, honestly. Yeah. Absolute mess.
Let me take my impression, because you man had a great afternoon. If we're being honest, as opposed to myself. For those of you that like sleep or just don't always pick up your phone, it was a very interesting shock to see that people already placed their pre-orders, and I'm going on these websites and nothing is working, and I'm having to check my internet, and my internet is fine, but I can't get on these pages to pre-order. Like, the fact that I was even considering having to pre-order these £700 ones just so that I could get one was just a madness in itself. I was just like, this is not right. Yeah. And I think I was so depleted that the next day I didn't expect more from so again, I just left it, and it was all a mess, man. It was just a mess for me anyway. I guess for anybody that is not following the industry to that extent wouldn't have picked up on it. So it's a little bit selfish, because it's basically like saying, if you're not a true gamer or you're not really invested in the industry and the knowledge of it, you're not getting a pre-order. That's how it came across. Now that they said there's more coming, it's fair. However, that's not fair. Let me know, innit? I got money too.
Do you know what the thing is? This is very, very bad. Like, actually deep what happened. If any other company, or I think it's because it's PlayStation that they can get away with this, because the demand is so high. So people are just like, oh my God, we don't care. Let me get my one. Like, imagine if Apple did this. Like,
riots in the city.
Literally, like it can't happen.
Because everyone buys Apple, isn't it? I think with the PlayStation, like it made sense, because they want the people who are in gaming to buy it because they're gonna buy all the games rather than the person who's just gonna play FIFA the whole year because they'll buy one game and they're not getting any more money from them. So they want the people inside gaming.
There's people that are gonna buy the PS5 to play FIFA.
Exactly, yeah, you just play FIFA, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so I don't think they're worried. I think they just buy it down the line. You're just gonna buy FIFA anyway. That's their thinking.
The point about the touts or the bots buying them all up. I don't know if that's just a cop out or if it was actually true, but it makes sense now that you hear it. I do think it's a cop out. Like I'm not buying it.
It's a good reason.
You see, on the day after the thingy, so I went onto the game website and I posted in the group that game had written PS5 pre-order in 5 days, and I sent a picture in the group. 5 days time. That's when the pre-orders come out. Bruv, 10 minutes later, pre-orders open.
Well, they said that some of the companies jumped the gun. Friday was meant to be the day, which was announced quietly. What I will say is, I think it's a good reason to say you're trying to get rid of the scalpers. I don't believe that's the reason they done it.
No
way.
The same thing I said before, they wanted to beat Xbox to the punch to get all of the early pre-orders of people who save money for one console. If you're sitting there, you're like, oh, this console's there. You're going to get the first one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's why they went for it.
My question...
But the thing is, they could have still done it on Friday because Xbox is coming out on Tuesday.
Well, yeah, I think the game jumped the gun. And I think it was GameStop in America who jumped the gun as well.
Yeah, Smith's as well. Yeah. Ferry as well.
Yeah.
And then Amazon the next morning, it was even Amazon didn't announce anything. They just put it online and randomly just saw it. That's it.
It was announced Friday and they released on Friday.
Yeah, a lot of them probably said, "Oh man, they've released it earlier than we expected. So if I don't release mine now." Or anyone that was going for pre-sale is going to get through these companies, and they could potentially lose out on a lot of pre-sale. And they didn't want to do that. They were like, "Forget your Friday. If they didn't get in trouble, we're doing the same thing." And
that was never happening because listen, if people were aware that it's coming out, that's it. They're gonna buy it, and they're gonna buy multiple. That's it. You're gonna see on eBay very soon. You're gonna see PS5s $800.
It's already there. So they're already on eBay. The same thing happened with Nvidia, though, isn't it? With their 3080, they're all over the internet already for stupid prices.
Well, yeah, my cousin popped into the store the other day, and he said he was allowed to buy more than one.
What?
He was allowed to pre-order more than one. Yeah, so I mean, the whole bot thing, I get it, but you could still go in and buy a load if you really wanted to anyway. So
it makes no sense. The companies need to limit.
You have to go and collect it. So if you do buy in store, you have to go and collect your console. So make sure you come with your friends because people do still
valid, honestly. November the 19th.
A gun.
Listen.
There's no way.
We're leaving our PlayStations in our house after
Come on, man.
And we're coming to find you from the store.
But I'm not even sure the postman is going to bring my PS5 to the door. I swear to you.
And if my PS5 doesn't come, I'm kidnapping the postman. I don't think it's that. He's going to be in my shed getting tortured. But not bring my console.
Oh, my days.
No, but that's all cool. My question is to you guys, okay, fair enough. Xbox have released when their pre-order is. It's probably going to be more smooth than what PlayStation have done. But do you see Xbox is selling out? Do you think they're going to sell out like that as well?
I think they've made more consoles, so they won't sell out.
Really?
I think because PlayStation's so limited, that's why it sold out so quick. Because they had 10 million and they haven't put those 10 million out yet. So I think that's why they sold out quick.
I think Xbox will sell out anyway because people are aware it's coming out. People know the finance plan and so you know the price. So even though they only told us 2 weeks ago, so I guess some people probably had the time to get the money together. And if not, it's £29 a month for Xbox Series X. So yeah, just enter your details and then get it sorted out. To be honest, I think it will sell out though, man.
I think that will sell out. I think that all access is going to sell out quick.
Yeah,
but the all access will be for everybody though.
No, but it's only certain companies doing it. Like so, like Game will do it. I don't know if August are going to do it. I don't know if Amazon are going to do it. So I think the whole access.
Do you know how smart that move is though? Like the fact that we're basically saying it's alright. You can go and buy PlayStation 2. We're going to give you the availability to come and get this second console. So they basically said, anyone that was going to just buy, because there's going to be people that were just going to buy Xbox anyway. So they're like, cool, we've got you man are good. But now, all these man that are going to buy PlayStation, we've got a little site here for you too. You know, just come in, a little site, a little it's like £30 a month. I mean, and I think that's gonna win over a lot of people. A lot of people wouldn't buy two. You'd buy one, wait a little bit longer. Maybe in the next year you might buy a second one. This gives the opportunity for a lot of people to get that second console very, very quickly. And if that console provides a lot of games with that access, PlayStation could potentially lose a lot of like hardcore PlayStation fans. Like you could end up moving. I could see people moving towards Xbox. So when the next console comes, the tables might have turned a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't think they'll lose the hardcore. I think they'll lose some of.
Not hardcore, but just bought
PlayStation because it was cheaper.
Mm.
You might as well get a Series X. I wanted to ask a question though. Do you man think the price of the digital has hurt the Series S? Because you can spend £100 more and get a full console that's going to potentially last you the full time instead of having to upgrade halfway down the line.
I was literally just going to talk about that as well. I think that it was a boss move by PlayStation to put it £360 because you're getting the same amount of power in the normal PS5, which is much more powerful than the Xbox Series S. Get better, potentially better games and stuff like that on top of that, and it's just £100 more. It makes so much sense, to be honest. I think it's good that they didn't try to price match because if the PS5 is worth more than the Series S, so yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
I think you are forgetting about a lot of stuff. There's a lot of people that will think to themselves, well, the majority actually, that would think to themselves, I haven't even got a 4K TV. Like, why am I? This one's 1080p. My TV's 1080p. I can get this for what? What's it gonna be? £20 a month? I don't even need to fork out £360. I'll just get this and play Game Pass. Do you know what? I don't want to pay £360 and then have to buy my son a game. I'm just gonna get him this £20 this £20 one. He's gonna have a lot of games to play. I don't even.
It's less than your phone contract every month.
I land on if you're choosing the all access. There's no reason to get the Series S.
No, that's for us. That's for us.
Depends on affordability, though, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You're talking to people with iPhones and stuff like that.
You'll never have to. Let's say you buy it for your son.
Yeah, but you're getting it wrong.
Exactly.
The people that are buying it for cost effectiveness do not care about the specs of these consoles. Then they don't realize that the difference between one or two, like that. They're just thinking, they want a new console. I'm getting a new console. I'm gonna get it at the cheapest price.
This is my question to Ams. Do you think that everybody that is on contract has iPhone and the latest Samsung phone? Do you think that's the case? There's people that probably have like Samsung A3 on contract. You know what I mean?
That costs a lot more, and you're upgraded every year. You expect to upgrade this in 7 years.
It's not exactly the same, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
No, it is true. Yeah, and you pay for it for 2 years, and then after that, you don't have to pay for anything. It's up to you if you want to continue Game Pass.
You can just buy your child FIFA every year, and they'll play that one game for 7 years rather than 3 years down the line. He's like, "Mummy, Daddy, this console's not good anymore. I want a new one."
That's
but you have to remember, man, not everyone can fork out that much.
£30 a month. Yeah.
£20 is a lot easier than £30. Even just saying it, obviously it's less, but even like you have to think about it overall. That and as opposed to forking out, it's just more. It's just less is more for people, isn't it? At the end of the day, they're getting the praise from the children for a brand new console, and they're paying less than what they would have to for the full thing.
Yeah. That's it. The children, they just want to play Fortnite. They don't care. They don't care. As long as Fortnite's there.
On their phone anyway.
Yeah.
What I will say is that children, it's better for adults, I'd say, because some children, they know all of them, and they're not going to be happy with the Series S because all their friends are talking about Series X. And PS5.
I don't think people care.
As long as they can play against them, they don't care.
Yeah, I don't think
I've given gifts to children. They'd be like, is this the latest one? And I'm thinking, what? You got something for free? Shut up.
That's fair. Let's move on to the next topic. This one, we'll keep it short because I don't know if everybody's actually used it or cares about it that much. But sticking on what Xbox are basically doing, and with Game Pass, they've actually snuck in Xcloud this month. It came out on the 15th. Have any of you guys actually used it? I know that AMS actually has a Android phone and Game Pass Ultimate, so I'm gonna assume you have.
Xbox Pad, yeah, I played it here and there, but I haven't had the use basis at the moment, I don't think, because I can just go upstairs and play it on my laptop, a lot of the games.
Yeah.
I think maybe if I was away and I couldn't afford the suitcase space to bring my laptop and my PS5, then that's when it will come in handy. Yeah, it's pretty good. You just play games like that. So,
is it? Sorry, just a quick one. Is it just? Do you have to stream the games, or can you download the games?
You have to stream it.
Yeah, have to stream it. Because I think that's why it loses its selling point a bit for me. Because I'm thinking to myself, like, how often am I gonna go on like a holiday and want to play streaming it as well on my phone, so using my data, whether I found Wi-Fi or whatever? I'm thinking more like the times I'd want to play it is like the train journeys, them like long trips down on a train, like to Manchester or like wherever I'm gonna go, or even just commuting in London. I think those are the times I'm more likely to want to play it. But not having to stream it, not being able to download it, you might not be able to do that in all those places.
I don't think it'll even work on the train to Manchester unless that train has Wi-Fi, because the 4G won't be strong enough. You need 5G to play it smoothly.
Yeah.
Really? See. So how great is that? I'm thinking, I'm not gonna lie, it sounds rude as well, but I've been abroad enough times to know that the Wi-Fi is never as strong as what I want it to be for anything I want to do. So you're getting free Wi-Fi, you know what you're getting, and it ain't gonna allow me to play
4 or 5 stars to get the best internet. And who's paying for that every holiday? Family holidays is good. All my family holidays, we stay in 4 or 5 stars. So
yeah,
that'll be good spaces. We're all paying together.
If I'm in a 5-star hotel, I'm probably not going to be playing games.
When you're with your family, at the end of the night, let's say you go back to your hotel, you can play games. I know I would. And it's not all day. No way it's all day. You're out.
My head would probably be spinning too. I'd probably have unlimited bar.
I drink a lot less when I'm with my mum and dad, so that levels it out.
And what about you? Have you had any experience with it?
No, so I can't lie, because I thought Xcloud was going to be available for PC on launch, but it's not. Apparently, it's meant to be coming out this year, but they haven't actually released a date yet. Yeah, so and I literally all of my products are Apple, so yeah, apart from Windows laptop, that's all I've got. So I haven't been able to actually use it, to be honest. So I can't lie, I was a bit disappointed on the 15th when it came out, and I'm trying to find out how to use Xcloud, and yeah, it's not there. So but it is what it is, though, man. As
somebody that very, very, very much likes cloud gaming, well, I would just say, just to sum it up, Xcloud is the experience is actually the worst out of every game streaming experience out so far. Like, it's actually
how much is Stadia paying you? How much?
No, listen.
Get it again.
The experience of playing Xcloud is trash.
Market budget on this to split between 10 people, so get a lot of money.
I'll tell you guys after. No, I'm joking. But yeah, Xcloud's experience is trash. The game collection is good though. GeForce Now is a weird one, because it's like you pay £5 to actually be able to use their servers, but then you still need to buy their games.
That's weird.
You still need to buy your games, but fair enough, you can play them on a PC as well. So that's kind of in the middle. Stadia is a weird one as well, because you have a subscription that you don't have to pay, but you get a collection of games. But then you also, if you want like the latest games, you would have to buy them as well. So it's a weird one right now. I don't know which one the best is. All that I know is that Xcloud is the worst experience, but Stadia and GeForce Now, I'd say they're on level playing field, and they're probably ahead of Xcloud so far. But yeah, that's pretty much summing up that experience so far. Stadia for the win. But yeah, let's move on, lads. So
before we move on, do you think the needs of gamers is going to hinder streaming? Because
the needs of gamers,
if you're playing competitive gaming, multiplayer gaming, you're not going to want to stream it. You need it hardwired to your actual PC, PlayStation, all of this.
What I would say is streaming is for, okay, if it comes to competitive gaming, I would say go with Stadia. But because Stadia's actually got like the best experience, I would say, with, and the most consistent one as well, because I feel like when I'm playing Stadia, I feel like I'm actually playing on a console. Like it doesn't feel any worse at all. It feels exactly the same. So that's what I would say. I don't think it will. Personally, I don't think anybody that's playing on Xcloud is really competitive anyway. People are probably like playing story-based games. It's like people that,
like, let's say us on Call of Duty.
Yeah,
it might not be worth us having streaming if we're going to get lag. Rather than if we play it straight from our PlayStation.
Yeah. For people like us, I wouldn't expect us to like jump to Stadia or Xcloud and let it be our primary console. I would expect us to use Xcloud for like Ori and the Blind Forest, just to play that in bed. Do you know what I mean? That's the perfect scenario for us.
I think it goes back to what you were saying before, Amelie, about them making changes and us having to adjust to those changes. Like, we had to pay for online. We got to the point we started to pay for online. They're going to digital only pretty much. They're trying to force a lot more sales and make people buy digital only now, and that's why they put it cheaper, so that when the next console comes out, half the people would have already had a digital only console and they're prepared for it. And then the future is, streaming, like cloud gaming. That's where they want to go. They're not going to have to produce any, hard discs. They're never going to have to produce any consoles. It's literally cloud gaming, and that's where the future will go. Anything they can do to bring the cost down. Now at the moment they're just testing the water. I think that's why PlayStation haven't brought it out to that extent yet. I think they're waiting to see what Xbox have done with it and the response of it. And then I think, in the future they're gonna look to bring out their version of that. But the future of gaming will be cloud gaming. I don't like inevitable.
You say that, but people complain when Blockbusters was closing down and Netflix started to get used. People are saying, Netflix is not good, blah blah. Nah, nearly everyone has Netflix in their house.
But I think the difference is with gaming and movies is gaming is something where you've always wanted, this is mine. Whereas movies, we'll go to the cinema, watch a film, we don't own it, we've just seen it and we walk out. And I don't like the way the gaming industry is going in terms of it's moving to fit the companies rather than us.
Oh, definitely. Oh, yeah, but we know that. It's about being cost effective. But you could also have the argument that people used to buy a lot of this. Like, I've got my cousin he still owns hundreds of DVDs, and it's just something he's always wanted to have. Like this. Cheap. But people don't make DVDs anymore, really. Like, they are out there, but when's the last time any of you bought a DVD? Even a Blu-ray at a stretch.
Have I ever?
Anyone bought a Blu-ray recently?
I think it's the case of not really caring about owning something that costs £5.
Yeah.
Rather than like we're spending £60 on games. I want to own it when it's that much money.
Yeah. Well, it's like we've even accepted the cost of the game as well. £40 for a game was fine.
It's only because absolutely. Because
we said 60, 65, 70 was going to be ridiculous. Like, really, it's going to be a lot more choice than when we spend for games. But they basically said it is what it is, and you're going to buy it.
I think as long as the industry keeps accepting it.
But they tested it. They tested it by bringing out special edition games and bringing the prices of those games higher, and people bought them. So now they're saying, well, if people bought those, they'll buy the same game for that price anyway.
Well, I think special editions was you're buying more stuff, innit?
Yeah, but now everything's special edition.
No, everything's normal. Special editions are now £100.
Oh, is it? Oh my God.
£100?
Yeah.
Wow.
They used to be 80. Now they're £100.
I could go to Europe for £100.
It just feels like the gaming industry is going down very not anti-consumer. It's just our needs are more than the consumers, so screw them.
Speaking about anti-consumer, let's talk about the most anti-consumer company out there, Nintendo. Jesus Christ, bro. Lord have mercy. Let's talk about them. They are potentially bringing out a new console. I don't know what is. Maybe it's going to be like a Switch 2, maybe a Pro version of the Switch or something. What are our thoughts on that? Oh, mate. I think I'm very close to being done with Nintendo. You know, they're actually a nasty company.
I think I'm there, mate. I honestly don't see myself going back to Nintendo. The last one was the Switch, and I just like at this stage, and I've been spoilt with this new generation of gaming, and I don't think anything's gonna bring me back to the nostalgia, even down to the nostalgia for playing like the Marios and that. I think it's gone. I don't need that anymore. I've got other games that I can have that with. Call of Duty does it to me every year. I'm quite happy with that. Like I don't think, oh yeah, let me go back and get Mario. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm quite good with that, and same with FIFAs and stuff like that. So yeah, no, I think the graphics and the quality of gaming now, I don't know how or what Nintendo would have to do to make me think that I need another console from them. You're gonna make a life? Was it real life Mario?
Boy.
No one's playing that.
No.
But to be fair, I think Nintendo have got their crowd in it. They've got their people that religiously play their Nintendo games. And to be honest, recently they started getting quite a few big games onto the Switch as well. What was it? They got the Far Cry's and stuff like that now onto the Switch and all that. And the Switch came out about 3 or 4 years ago, so it makes sense for them to now be doing a Pro version the same way PS4 done a PS4 Pro, Xbox done. One X.
If they allow all other games to play, you play all other games on their console, they're opening themselves up for more room to get more consumers. But I think if the best thing for them to do was, bring out another handheld console that lets me play all the games that I want to play across, Xbox, PlayStation, and stuff like that. Because if I could take out God of War with me now, I'll be chuffed. On a Switch, that's it. Like,
in the middle of the road playing God of War. That's what
the machine will be. That's playing God of War probably. You wanted it like that.
Save a portable at that point.
Why are you sitting at the bus stop? The bus has gone 3 times. No, mate. I just wanted to know.
Right now.
Man.
But what about you? And sorry, what are your thoughts on them bringing out a new console?
I stopped caring about Nintendo, man. When they stopped caring about console generations, they flopped one generation and now they think they can stay behind. Now I'm judging you by the standards. A Switch is in line with PS5. They think I don't like that they think they can go off and do their own thing. You need to stay in line with the rest of them and compete. Because this is their plan is we don't want to compete anymore because on the things that these other consoles do, we can't compete. So they're just off doing let's Mario, Zelda. Yeah, we're different. Nah. You're in line.
These little sprinting the 100-yard and dash and
they're walking marathon.
I'm doing 1,500 meters. I don't really care.
You lot,
I'm gonna get a
like we tennis and that were not lit. Come on, man. Play
They were party games. They weren't lit. They were fun to play with friends.
Nah, they were lit still.
No, they
They
weren't.
basically had a console of knowledge is power and Monopoly.
Yeah, pretty much. Exactly that.
To play with friends, but
You think I will buy that console? Give it to me. $250. I'll buy it. Give it to me.
Who said 250? They were charging
350. Give it to me.
That's the thing. They don't put a lower price on their consoles. They say no, you're going to pay the same amount as the other ones for our one. They're not going to give you the same experience, but you're paying the same price. And I don't like.
Bro, it's next gen, innit? It is what it is, innit? But if this is the price.
If they release a Switch 2, I think it needs to be. Well, it's hard because you can't really do the Switch unless it's handheld.
Yeah.
But I think they need to release a console that's tied in and it can do 4K. It can do ray tracing. I don't think they're gonna do it.
I don't think. Okay, I don't think
ray
they
tracing
do.
for Super Mario.
No, for the third party. You're not getting ray tracing in Super Mario.
I think all they need to do is because they're within video. I'm gonna keep bringing them up, but I think they need that DLSS technology in the Switch 2 or Switch Pro, and for them to pretty much have the AAA games, so like your Ubisoft games and all that stuff, on top of obviously having their games. That's the only way they can be justified in bringing out a new console. And I just man, the only game that I really Nintendo look, I'm conflicted. Nintendo, yeah. The only game that I really feel to play when I think about Nintendo is like Super Smash Brothers, and even with that game, they've messed it up where the online is absolute trash. So it's like, why am I even playing this game? So yeah, Nintendo, they're just weird. I don't really have the nostalgia.
Yeah, because even when you said the online is trash, I was just sitting there thinking, I used to just say I was trash because I just can't compete with them at all. Like, I don't know what they're doing, but I can't compete. Now that Tony said it's trash too, I feel better. Oh, shit.
They just only want to release Mario and Zelda.
Yeah,
because Metroid, people have been waiting for Metroid for so long. I'll even buy a Metroid, but they're like, nah, you've got Mario and Zelda, be happy.
Yeah.
Well, they brought out that Nintendo Direct Mini, and they brought there's a few games coming out on that. Well, they're showing that some new games are coming out on the Switch, basically. But again, they still seem to be built like
for
Zelda.
the Switch. Yeah, they're built
they're the same kind of game. It doesn't feel like there's much change into what they're doing.
Yeah, they
Capcom made 2 games. One of them's Monsters. What is it called?
Monster Hunter.
Yeah, it's two of them. Capcom made both of them, and I'm just like, I don't feel like they're screaming anything other than Zelda to me, and I don't know if that's just my own naive mindset of what Nintendo is, and that's the game that pops into my head. But yeah, it's just literally,
they don't
like
have
trying
anything.
to make Assassin's Creed as opposed to say again.
They don't have anything. At this point, they don't really have anything. If anything, they're gonna bring out sequels of stuff. So you'll see Breath of the Wild 2, you'll see Odyssey 2, you'll see fucking not Borderlands. What's that woman's name? Bayonetta 3 and stuff like that. Like, they don't really have anything. That's why they're not having any direct Nintendo Directs recently either. They have like minis that just show like.
They've held on to Zelda. Even Hyrule Warriors is a prequel to Breath of the Wild, so they're trying to really push that Breath of the Wild world. Yeah, because people love the first one.
I'm tired of Nintendo. But yeah, we'll end it there. We'll end it
Let's
there.
take about 3090 in their next console, then we can all shut up.
But yeah, we'll end it there. Thank you again for watching through, all the viewers that are in here now and in the future. Before you go, just make sure to hit the like button. We'll really appreciate it. Subscribe for all the new content that we're putting out as well, and we will catch you on the next one. Take care.